Spoelstra now here in Miami. They all say the same thing. The guy is he's the ultimate professional, the ultimate glue guy.
He's no maintenance. So if you have high maintenance guys that you have to deal with, he's just the opposite.
James flips it up and in. 13-point lead.
And give James credit. He has really developed that little floater, jump hook.
Pierce for three. That won't go. And James with his 8th rebound to go along with the 27 points.
And I really think that the move by Erik Spoelstra to go big and not have Cole in the rotation, not because Cole's not good enough, but because of the matchup problems it causes, has helped change this game.
Dooling tied up. Good defense from Jones. Well, James stepped out of bounds. Boston ball.
Well, Pietrus gets beat a little bit to the middle, and that nice touch on a most difficult shot. That shot every perimeter player should have, but it's very difficult to have the right amount of touch on those shots.
Shot clock winding down again. Garnett looks and sees. He's going to have to put it up. Steps back, long jumper from Garnett is good. Big bucket for Garnett, who has 20. Dooling played well in the first half, trying to harass Chalmers. Dooling, who played a year here with the Heat, one of his NBA stops. James with 3 to shoot. Garnett the rebound, and the Celtics will hold it for the final shot of the period.
Good job by Pietrus to keep him in front and contest late.
Doc Rivers calls out a play. Rondo now with 7. Tells Keyon Dooling to go through. Down to 3. Rondo to Garnett. Garnett has to put it up at the buzzer. And off the back of the rim, and that will end a strong third quarter for the Miami Heat. The Heat outscored the Celtics 26-15 in that third period. Wayne Wade and LeBron James have been on a tear. James has been spectacular again. He's got 27 points. We head to the fourth quarter of game 1. Heat by 11.
When I was just a boy, my mother was murdered. Whatever history remembers of me, it shall be only a fraction of the truth.
So you're the one who's slain so many of my subjects.
There is a war coming. This war
will decide whether this nation belongs to the living or the dead.
This film is not yet rated.
War isn't won by following the rules. Our job is to win by any means necessary.
Take him down!
When you're outnumbered,
Get a drone in there.
fighting fair just isn't an option.
Camel activated.
You can't stop a bullet.
What's up?
Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Future Soldier. Rated M for mature. What we created here, what we achieved here, what we learned here, and what we pioneered here, all goes here. The One, the Accord, smarter thinking from Honda.
For the London Olympic Games, our town had a brilliant idea. Support Team USA and show our Olympic spirit right in our own backyard. So we combined our city thank you points to make it happen. Tom chipped in 10,000 points. Karen kicked in 20,000. And by pooling more thank you points from folks all over town, we were able to watch Team USA in true London fashion.
Now City Thank You Visa cardholders can combine the thank you points they've earned and get even greater rewards.
weather?
Nice weather coming up today through this Tuesday.
Evening?
You don't have anything on your calendar for this evening.
Fantastic. Linguiça.
I found 5 restaurants whose reviews mention linguiça fairly close to you.
Joke?
2 iPhones walk into a bar. I forget the rest.
That's funny.
Was it something I said?
Yes, it was.
Welcome back to Miami with head coach Erik Spoelstra. What allowed you to get a little separation there in the third?
Well, a little bit less thinking and more activity. And this team, they do that to you. You start thinking about all your rotations. We have to play with our instincts and habits right now and try to get out in the open court.
Can you quantify the impact of LeBron James on both ends?
No, you can't. He's a maestro. You know, he does so many things in the box score and not in the box score, and we need every bit of it.
Thank you, Erik. Mike?
All right, Doris. I love what Spoelstra says about James. He eases a lot of my anxieties. Throws it up top to Chalmers. Haslem catch and shoot way short. And Ray Allen tracks down the rebound. Rondo and Dooling out there at the same time again. It worked well for the Celtics in the second quarter. They were down 11 in the second quarter, came back and tied it by halftime. They're down 11 here to start the fourth. Four to shoot. Dooling way off.
And Garnett can't pass the ball to the perimeter when he's been given one-on-one coverage, especially with the clock winding down. It's unfair to Keyon Dooling to have to try to create a play against Dwayne Wade.
Nice feed inside to Anthony. Anthony back out. Chalmers. That's it. Oh, in and out. That one halfway down. A three-point shooting this game. 5 of 19 from the Heat as Ray Allen comes up short. Tried to get his rebound, and Chalmers comes away with it.
And his shot is exceptionally flat right now.
Wade. That's going to be Garnett. His 4th foul. Doc Rivers looking at his bench as Bass and Pierce set the check back in.
Did you see Ray Allen get a pretty clean look at the shot? That ball just doesn't have enough arc to give it a chance right now.
And most likely will need surgery. The bone spurs in that ankle. And he missed an awful lot of games down the stretch of the season. One of the game's great shooters. #1 all-time in three-pointers. Of course, he's one of the, when we talk about the big three, certainly Rondo now is added to that, but will Ray Allen be back next year? He's an unrestricted free agent, so is Kevin Garnett. So many decisions, so many difficult decisions for Danny Ainge. We'll wait and see what happens in this series and perhaps further. 13-point lead. Brandon Bass not even close.
Good activity by Wade off the ball as he's guarding Rondo, and Chalmers is on Ray Allen.
Nice feed, and Anthony to finish. What a pass from Dwayne Wade for his 7th assist. He's thrown some beauties, and the Heat have their largest lead of the night. Timeout, Boston.
Well, good screen by Joel Anthony. Good one-hand, left-hand pass to Anthony as he's rolling to the rim. That's beautiful pick-and-roll basketball.
The city needs you. Protect them.
Who else knows about this?
Ready to play God?
The Amazing Spider-Man.
You found my weakness. It's small knives. Oh, it's so simple.
Rated PG-13.
PG-13 in Real D 3D and IMAX 3D.
Exciting things are happening at Burger King, like the new real fruit smoothies and frappes for just $1 this weekend. Strawberry, banana, or tropical mango. Try the new real fruit smoothies and frappes for just $1, only this Memorial Day weekend at Burger King.
Light delivers. The Audi Zero Crazy Light 2.
I may have retired from the game, but not from being big. Good thing one car gives me full-size luxury and 36 miles per gallon, which is nice because I've got shoes that are bigger than most hybrids and more stylish, too. If you don't know the luxurious yet fuel-efficient LaCrosse, you don't know Buick.
Now celebrate Memorial Day with the EPA estimated 36 highway MPG LaCrosse for just $279 per month. Consider it a new lease on luxury.
The new Miller Lite Punch Top can. Crack it, punch it, for a smoother pour. However you punch it, it's Miller time.
It's the post-game talk.
Bones aren't as flexible as they used to be.
That has everyone talking.
He was adding a little flavor to the press conference.
They wanted to be like the Dallas Mavericks. I saw a little celebration at the end of the game.
We kind of have to pick your poison with us.
We still haven't played our best basketball.
We play aggressive.
We just wanted to try to play Miami Heat basketball.
Saturday is going to be a long, long, long game.
I didn't get a nap today, so I didn't know what to expect.
Make the Blake face.
See it live on NBA TV and watch it again on NBA.com.
I'm John Barry, and it's time for Fresh Faces, powered by Subway. The NBA Draft Lottery is coming up Wednesday night before Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals on ESPN. There will be plenty of fresh faces. In fact, the expected top pick, Anthony Davis, is a freshman. Coverage begins at 7 Eastern Wednesday night. Now back to Mike and Jeff.
Thank you, John. Our national TV big board tomorrow night. Oklahoma City at San Antonio Game 2. The guys at TNT will have it. Spurs looking so impressive. The draft lottery, as John mentioned. Boston and Miami Game 2 Wednesday on ESPN. And then Game 3 from Oak City on Thursday, also on TNT. Dwayne Wade called for a foul. That's going to be 2 on Wade. And Wade a little shaken up.
And if he's going to continue to play Rondo, you're going to have to screen him. He's got to be, he cannot just be allowed to roam.
Demetrius way off. James tips it to himself. Anyway, it looked like Wade hurt the right knee there. It was the left one that he recently had drained. James drives down to the basket, puts it in. Gets a tough rebound at one end, finishes at the other. And the Heat have blown this open. 29 points, 10 rebounds for LeBron James. Nice feed. Rondo's shot is good. The Heat have led the entire game. Been tied, but Celtics have never led. The largest lead in the first half was 11. They put it up to as many as 17 here in the fourth quarter. Wade way short. Chalmers the rebound. And Chalmers foul by Ray Allen. All the support players, the Chalmers, the Battiers, the Millers, the Anthonys have all done an excellent job helping out LeBron James and Dwayne Wade.
And when they've gotten them to miss, Boston has, they've not done a good job of finishing their defensive possessions with blockouts and rebounds. And that's the way they're going to score on Miami, is to finish a defensive possession and get out in transition.
Wade puts it up and in. He's been more of a facilitator tonight with the team-leading 7 assists, and now also with 16 points. Rondo, nice feed, and Bass able to finish. Still plenty of time remaining, but right now the Heat in control. Now, we've seen so many unbelievable comebacks during these 2012 playoffs from a number of different teams.
And on the road, Mike.
Rondo takes his time. Joel Anthony trying to measure him up, and Eric Spoelstra didn't like what he saw the last minute or so he calls timeout. Consecutive buckets from the Celtics have him back within 13.
Well, Wade mishandles the ball. Garnett, good job picking it up. And an easy one for Rajon Rondo.
ESPN's presentation of the Eastern Conference Finals, brought to you by The Amazing Spider-Man, in theaters July 3rd. And the new Miller Lite Punch Top Can. It's Miller time.
This same pictogram was discovered all over the earth. It's a star map.
Not a map, an invitation.
From whom?
We call them engineers.
Do you mind telling us what they engineered?
They engineered us.
If you're going down there, you're going to die.
Take us home! If we don't stop them, there won't be any home to go back to.
Big things have small beginnings. Prometheus. Rated R.
Let's keep the party polite. Never get out of my sight. Stick with me, baby. I'm the guy that you came in with. Luck be a lady. Luck be
Ciroc Ultra Premium. Perfectly smooth.
I joined the Navy when I was 19.
I was a commissioned officer at 23.
I was in avionics.
Tactical telecommunications.
Squad leader.
I think the hardest transition as you get further in the military is you know it's going to end one day.
Chase hired me to be a personal banker.
I'm business analyst, manager.
I'm very proud to work for Chase.
When you hire a veteran, you get
great leadership,
decisiveness, focus.
Chase knows when you hire a veteran, you're hiring America's best.
Chase is proud to help 100,000 veterans find jobs at home.
I may have retired from the game, but not from being big. Good thing one car gives me full-size luxury and 36 miles per gallon, which is nice because I've got shoes that are bigger than most hybrids and more stylish, too. If you don't know the luxurious yet fuel-efficient LaCrosse, you don't know Buick.
Now celebrate Memorial Day with the EPA estimated 36 highway MPG LaCrosse for just $279 per month. Consider it a new lease on luxury.
Real fruit means real fruit smoothies from McCafe. Real delicious and made just for you.
Back in Miami, certainly the Heat have their dynamic duo without Chris Bosh, but the support players for the Heat, Mike Miller, has come up big. Miller hitting a couple of threes. Shane Battier at both ends of the floor. Some terrific defense. And Battier also with a couple of threes. But he's forced some turnovers that have led to some easy baskets. Mario Chalmers has chipped in 9 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. And Joel Anthony also part of that role players who have played very well to help build this lead, which is at 13. Of course, it also helps that LeBron James has 29 points, 10 rebounds.
And zone for the first time for the Boston Celtics.
Bass got hit in the face after he got the rebound. And off that miss now, they go back to man. Or is it still a zone?
Well, they're playing zone.
Battier tries again. That won't go. Garnett the rebound.
The main thing, whether they're man or zone right now, though, Mike, they need more people actively pursuing the ball. Paul Pierce is struggling shooting-wise, but more importantly, he's only got 2 rebounds. He's got to get on that board.
Bass against Wade. Tough shot from Bass. That misses. And Anthony with another rebound. Rondo commits the foul. That's his 3rd. Celtics, their 3rd team foul.
And they're going to play zone again here.
Rivers with some words for Eddie Malloy, who teed him up earlier in the first half. Pass on James. Chalmers has Garnett on him. Shot clock down to 4. Chalmers the drive. Kicks it out right corner. Battier. Way short rebound. Garnett. And a reaching foul on Anthony. Second team foul. Fourth on Joel Anthony. Hoping to play again. Just over 5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Here's lunging for that. Wade comes up. It's only the 8th turnover by the Celtics. They've done a good job of keeping that number low. They had 4 in the first quarter. Wade off balance, banks it in. What a pretty shot off his left foot. He loves to use the glass.
That's a shot of the night right there. So difficult to step back and be able to have the balance to knock that in.
Bass trying to draw some contact, and he does. Anthony not happy. That's 5 on Joel Anthony.
Well switched by Joel Anthony. I think that's a good call.
Well, Bass will go to the line. How about Bass in these playoffs? He has been marvelous from the free throw line. 40 of 42. And of course misses as soon as you point that out. Here's what you call the shot of the night.
Well, good screen by Anthony. Wade crossover. 15-foot bank off 1 foot. Fading to get the separation.
Bass misses both. He has been unbelievable from the line. And 2 costly misses right there as they're desperate to get back in.
They're playing zone again. But it's sort of like just a switching man-to-man type of zone.
Wade puts his head down, kicks it out. Chalmers for 3. Allen pushing. Rondo gets back in. Garnett as the trailer. Can't connect. Long rebound comes out. LeBron James outraces everyone. 11 rebounds. Haslam. Rondo to Allen. Garnett. Quick turnaround. Count it and 1. Kevin Garnett with a chance for a 3-point play, which could cut it to 12 with 5:19 remaining.
And really good decision by Garnett as Wade was doubling off of Rondo once he noticed the mismatch, turned away from the double team because he knew he had the smaller Battier and could elevate over the top.
Is Rondo looking for his shot enough? Now he's taken 18 field goals. He's 7 of 18. That's a lot of shots for him, but sometimes getting in the paint.
Well, I think this, when you're being played by Wade and James a majority of the second half, it does present different problems. And I think they're going to have to go back and say, how can we free him against additional size? And I like what they did in the first half, setting a double screen on the ball. So when Wade and James went under, it gave him more separation.
Battier. James trying to keep it alive. Haslam tips it. Wade tracks it down and saves it to Jones. Back to Wade. Under 5 to play. James drives on Garnett. Pull-up shot. Banks it in. 31 points for LeBron James.
Shot of the night part do. Because what he did was he did the same thing, stepping back off 1 foot, off his left foot, and going off the board.
Wade with the rejection, their 10th block shot.
Going at Garnett. Opposite foot, little closer in, but just the balance and the touch to be able to gather and use the board effectively.
Garnett with a little shove there as well. Inbound to Petrus. Petrus running into LeBron James. Not in the act of shooting. James's second foul. Heat's not in the penalty yet. That's their 14th foul.
Yeah, and you know what
My
I like?
mistake, Jeff. It's a 15th foul.
You know what I like about Danny Crawford as an official? Just what happened there. You know, was contentious with Doc Rivers in that first half when he thought he got called for an unjustified technical foul. But his demeanor is so good that Doc Rivers was begging for a 2-shot foul there, and he just sort of laughed at him because he knew it was a penalty, and he just diffuses situations so effectively.
Well, that's a big part of being an effective official, is being able to diffuse it with a word or two sometimes.
And it's okay to laugh. You don't have to referee angry.
You weren't exactly Mr. Chuckles on the sideline. Wade on the drive, gets inside, left-handed, he puts it in. And another to the list. Wade now with 20 to lead, back up to 15. And the block. His second block in the past minute. And the fans getting on their feet to applaud the end-to-end basketball of the Miami Heat. Jones. James. Foul by Garnett, his 5th. Wade and James are just playing at an incredible level the past week.
And again, Garnett was on Wade to start that. So when he gets by Garnett, there is absolutely no shot blocking on the floor. Great use of the body, the left hand, the touch. And on the last possession, Mike, again, well-defended initial shot by Boston. Very well defended. But no blockouts and too many offensive rebounds for this small Miami Heat team.
Look at the numbers again. In the prior 3 games, he was averaging almost 33 a game, 11 boards, 8 assists. Rondo the rebound off the second miss. Just over 3.5 remaining. Rondo. Nice back shot there from Rajon Rondo.
But I think the number one thing Boston's got to think about offensively is what are they going to do to help Rondo against the size and athleticism of Wade and James when they guard him.
Ball poked away by Petrus. Well, many people said, including Eric Spoelstra, the key in this series for the Celtics is Rondo. He has become the team leader. Petrus fouled by Haslam. And Spoelstra making that adjustment in the second half. Chalmers is going to come back in. Petrus to the line. Celtics have shot poorly from the line. 11 of 19, including 4 misses from Ray Allen. There's another miss. ESPN has the NBA lottery coming up on Wednesday. And, of course, the Eastern Conference Finals Game 2 starts with Kia NBA Countdown at 7, then at 8. It's the draft lottery, followed by Celtics and Heat Game 2. Tip-off shortly after 8:30 right back here in Miami. Terrible free throw shooting from Boston. Not giving them a chance to have a legitimate comeback here in the fourth. They missed a bunch here in the fourth period. They're 2 for 7 in the fourth quarter from the free throw line. Wade steps back. It's good. 22 for Wade. The lead back to 16. He's got 10 here in the fourth quarter.
But, Mike, there's nothing you can do on that. That's well defended. That's just a big-time shot.
Bass, who's been off much of the night, hits that one. And many of the fans heading for the warm air. And this one seems to be in control of the Miami Heat for much of the fourth quarter. They've led by double figures the entire period in a game that was tied at halftime, turned around on the third period. James. Haslem tips it out. And with 2 minutes remaining, the Heat fans starting to celebrate a little bit. See Sasha Pavlovic has come into the game. Heat wisely taking time off the clock. Chalmers kicks it out. Battier, and Shane Battier banks it in. Double figures for Battier. Back to double-double. 10 points and 10 rebounds. Go along with a couple of block shots and a couple of steals. LeBron James leading the way, and Dwayne Wade right alongside him. The Heat on the verge of a victory in Game 1 of the conference finals. They just took off games 4, 5, and 6 to eliminate the Pacers, and now to take Game 1. Doc Rivers has emptied his bench. Marquise Daniels puts up the jumper. Also in the game, E'Twaun Moore, the rookie from Purdue. Ryan Hollins is back in. Pavlovic. Sean Williams.
And Mike, Boston scored 35 in the second and 42 right now in the 3 other quarters. Miami's defense has been terrific, and Boston has missed some makeable shots.
Juwan Howard knocks it down. Howard, Chalmers, Norris Cole, Haslem, and James Jones in there. As Eric Spoelstra able to rest his stars down the final couple of minutes. Daniels has it deflected by Howard. Pavlovic. And Ryan Hollins able to put it in. The Miami Heat are going to take Game 1. And the game turned around in the third quarter. That's the quarter that turned it around in games 4, 5, and 6 in the Indiana Pacers series. It's also a key quarter in the Boston-Philly series as well. And it turned to be the key one here tonight. The Heat are so tough at home. This one will improve to 6-1 during the playoffs on their home floor. 24-second violation. Howard's shot won't count. And again, remember, during the regular season, they were 28-5 at home. Coming up on SportsCenter, Magic Johnson now rightfully on top. What more can you add now on SportsCenter? Have an idea what you're going to say?
Sign of disrespect.
More. Jump shot, that won't go. And they'll wave it off. Interference. Williams touched it above the cylinder. And now the Heat can dribble it out. Well, we said it after Game 6 in Indiana. The Heat showed they could take a punch. They were in a little bit of trouble in the Pacers series, down 2-1. But since falling behind, they've now won 4 straight. And LeBron James has been brilliant during the stretch. He does it again tonight. He had plenty of help in a game that the Heat never trailed. Miami takes Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals. 32 points, 13 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 block shots. And the Heat get on the board first here in this conference final. Final score, the Heat 93, the Celtics 79. Up next on ESPN SportsCenter, we get right back here to Miami for post-game coverage. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. Jeff Van Gundy, Doris Burke, producer Tim Corrigan, director Jimmy Moore, and our crew, Mike Green saying, thanks for watching. We'll see you shortly. Coming up, SportsCenter next.
Hi, welcome inside SportsCenter with Scott Van Pelt. I'm Robert Flores. Back out to Miami for complete post-game coverage as the Heat take Game 1.
And on this Memorial Day, it's busy all around the diamond. We've got that and plenty more.
What happens when classroom teachers get the training and support they need? Schools flourish and students blossom. That's why programs like the Mickelson ExxonMobil Teachers Academy and astronaut Sally Ride's Science Academy are helping our educators improve student success in math and science. Let's shoot for the stars. Let's invest in our teachers and inspire our students. Let's solve this.
This is SportsCenter.
Hi, welcome inside SportsCenter alongside Scott Van Pelt. I'm Robert Flores. The Miami Heat take Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals over the Celtics.
If there was some question about whether the Celtic team might look a little bit older tonight, yeah, the difference between being a veteran team and an old team, how much rest you have maybe. Miami lets them have it. Mike Breen, Jeff Van Gundy, standing by in Miami. Gentlemen.
Scott, thank you. LeBron James does it again. It's his 4th straight game. Just spectacular, and Dwayne Wade right with him. As Wade with 22 and 7 assists. Terrific performance from both of the stars as they take Game 1 from the Boston Celtics. They are on some kind of roll right now. A little bit of everything, both ends of the floor. Did it again tonight. What did you like most about how they played tonight against the Celtics?
Well, I thought they were patient. I thought they got the shots they wanted. They attacked, and then they defended, too. And when those two guys are fully engaged, well, I thought they were patient. I thought they got the shots they wanted. They attacked, and then they defended, too. And when those two guys are fully engaged in attack mode at both ends, they're very difficult to deal with. And it started early, the layup game right there, and then second half, the long Wade to James pass, and then off the dish against the switch, the pull-up two. But it was the efficiency. James 13 for 22, Wade 8 for 13, and the shot of the night, the 15-foot, 1-foot step back, and then James again with that balance to be able to stop on a dime and put the ball in the basket.
Terrific numbers once again. James also 5 of 18 was Paul Pierce's shooting. LeBron James a big part, his defense on Pierce helping out tonight. Just a little while ago, Doris Burke had a chance to talk with him.
LeBron, much of the conversation will be about the ongoing dominance of you and Dwayne, but how are your teammates helping you guys win?
They do all the small things. You know, they defend for us, they rebound, they communicate defensively, and they make gaps for us offensively to be able to attack. So, you know, we get a lot of the press, we get a lot of the headlines, but our teammates, they do everything to help us win ball games.
Compared to a year ago at this time, how much more comfortable are you meshing your game with Dwayne Wade's game?
It's night and day. You know, I feel more comfortable out there, you know, even with one another. Even when we're on the floor together, we just work off one another and just try to make, you know, the right play for our team. There
was a moment where late in the game, there was a foul by Kevin Garnett, and he was kind of talking rapidly, and you didn't move. Was that by design?
No, I think we all know how KG is. You know, he always do a lot of talking, but it's all in front of the game, you know, and he's a great competitor. You know, I love to compete, too, at the highest level, so that's what it's going to be throughout the series.
Congratulations.
All right, thanks, George.
All right, so now it's time for Game 2. The Celtics have to bounce back. Game 2 on Wednesday night. The game was tied at halftime, but that third quarter, a pivotal third quarter.
They didn't even play their best game.
Boston could use a little sleep. I mean, no, honestly, I'm coming in.
JB's
they only get one day,
JB.
Hey, look, one day. You go 7 games, I don't care who it's against, and then you go to another city.
You did call this. You called this.
You do not get a full practice in. You're going to look at a little bit of tape. You're going to do a walkthrough. I just didn't think they were ready to play. And we saw that, how they started the game. They made a nice run in the second quarter, but after that, they were just out of gas. I mean, they really looked that way. But what I loved about the Heat, this is not LeBron, your turn, one-on-one, Dwayne, your turn.
Yeah.
This team, they figured this out, how to play together. And I love the easy baskets they got tonight. This was not isolation basketball. You can't play isolation basketball and beat the Celtics. You got back cuts from Dwayne Wade. They tested his ankle early to see if he was able to move. He couldn't. I love the way they played together. Look, LeBron only had 3 assists because he didn't isolate. He was moving without the basketball. He got him into the post. He had jump shots. He had fadeaways. He had jump hooks. He moved without the basketball. He leads the league in the postseason in points in the paint. He showed it tonight.
I want to say something that you called also last season, JB, and you were spot on. You said the Heat had to improve with their offensive set. And you called this out last season against Dallas, and you were right. Does it look better to you? To me, the Miami Heat are running better plays and putting both Wade and LeBron in great scoring positions.
Yeah, you have to incorporate them both. At the end of ball games, they've had problems, and they haven't been great at finishing games because they've not incorporated both in the plays. But certainly right now that Bosh is gone, that's the big difference, is because you don't have to worry about a third guy getting off. There's two guys, and they're accustomed to how they're playing as superstar players, and they're complementing each other much better.
Look, for Boston, Ray Allen and Paul Pierce combined 6 for 25. You're not going to beat the Miami Heat that way. I understand Ray's hurt, but Paul's going to have to play better if they're going to have any chance to win this
How about
series.
this? Some sleep for the Celtics. And they're all going to have to play better because Miami sort of took it to them in Game 1. Not a shocking start to the series, but one the Celtics are going to want to change.
It doesn't matter if this was a McQuaid Jesuit East High School game. You shouldn't get a technical foul for that.
This is SportsCenter.
Minutes from now, LeBron and D-Wade stepping to the podium, plus Legs and Stephen A. here to dissect Game 1 as only they can. Spurs rally to win Sunday thanks in part to their Durant stopper. And we'll look back at some of the best Memorial Day playoff moments. A matinee whiff fest in Tampa where dueling lefties combined for 25 Ks while May's hottest home run hitters both go deep. SportsCenter, we're working.